Hey guys, how are you today? This is gonna be, I don't know what Veda it is, but it's gonna be my week 19 pregnancy update. And I realized I had not filmed that, and I'll be 20 weeks tomorrow. So, well, some things say 20 weeks tomorrow, some things say 20 weeks on Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure. And you'll notice I'm in the same tank, I think is a video that you saw like a couple days ago. I do have other clothes, but I try to save my, I don't want to say nice clothes, but I'm pretty much wearing the same things. But 'tis a pregnant life, right? And 'tis a mommy life, and 'tis a life of someone who didn't have money or clothes, right? I don't know. Anyways, this week has been insane. We got our mouse. Whoop, whoop. We finally got our water situated, and it's clean and it's usable, and we've been taking showers and things. Thank you, Lord. We don't know the bill on that yet, but hopefully, it was a fairly easy fix. The problem is that Wellers, I don't know, I didn't know this, is or in our area anyways, is a very specific high demand area. I only deal with wells. And in order to get your welling license, you have to go before this board of other wellers. Well, they won't approve you if they want to be in charge of one certain area. So there's only so many wellers within a certain mile radius. And they can charge up the wazoo. And they can only work in a limit. I don't know. It's just the whole thing. I didn't know. Anyways, this is about this pregnancy. Week 19, my energy level has been good. My hunger has been up. And there's, by the end of the day, I'm ready for bed. There's been a few afternoons this week that I was just exhausted, but it went away. I mean, it wasn't anything that wasn't abnormal. Sometimes you get a 3 o'clock slump anyways. That's kind of the land I was living in. My heartburn has been better. I'm back on the pantoprazole, and so has my chest and back pain. So I don't know if things are just regulating in my tummy. I have been really working hard trying to make healthier choices this week. And I've had some good days and some bad days. This baby has really been moving this week, and moving I would feel her here. And I just keep thinking she's too small for that. There's no reason for me to already be feeling her there. The thing I have says that she's about the size of a Game Boy, which would probably be about this. And that's probably about right. It's just a little bit smaller than my hand. And so, I don't know. I just was, when I first started feeling her there, I was like, there's no way that's her. And then I kept feeling it over and over again. And I was like, okay, that's totally her. And it might have just been the hiccups. I don't know. But we have gone from the flutters. So if you don't know, those first few feelings that you have for the first couple weeks are just little flutters, little bubbles. Well, I've been feeling those for a while, but we have moved on now to full-fledged kicks. I've been feeling her up high. I've been feeling her down low. She's been kicking my hoo-ha. And so she is just kind of all over the place. Of course, I'm big, and I think she's got room in there right now because she's so small to just move around. And I think my uterus is just stretched out, and I just think she's all over the place. I think she already moves more now than Oz ever did. He moved, and I felt him move a lot, but I feel like she's just busy. So I'm hoping, I don't know what I hope. But I enjoy the kicks, and I keep, trying to remind myself that, this is our last pregnancy, or my last pregnancy, and that I should just really enjoy those now. One thing that has been plaguing me this week are my feet. I don't know why, and I've been having this issue on and off all summer, but this week particularly has been really, really bad. I cannot wear flip-flops, or sandals, or anything but within 15 minutes, my feet are in pain. The bottom of my feet are in pain and cracking. My bottoms of my feet are so dry. I'm so sorry. They are cracking and bleeding. I hate put in lotion on my feet. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to use like special feet ointment and all this stuff. And so for a little bit, it seems like it's going to be better. I hate having greasy feet. And here's the deal. I've always hated that. So my feet have always been rough and dry. But I've never had the splitting of the skin issue. And so I don't know if it is pregnancy related. I don't know if it just has something to do with my hormones and it being a girl and just drying out my skin. I don't know, but it is awful. I cannot wear flip-flops at all this summer or sandals, and not for very long. I've been having to change up what I wear to church on Sundays. I have to be really mindful. Like, I've been wearing little summer dresses. Well, I've been having to wear them with my fake Chucks. I don't have real Chucks. I can't afford those. But I have some pretend ones that I got for like $20. And they look rough. And I have been wearing them out all summer with my little summer dresses because I cannot wear flip-flops. I feel goofy because even I'll be like a little bit dressy on the top with my tennis shoes on the bottom, which I've always been a tennis shoe girl anyways. But it is hardcore for real. Can't wear anything but my tennis shoes or those Chucks. And I've worn my tennis shoes out. I need new tennis shoes. And even at home in the afternoons, I loved walking around in the most hideous, I need to show them to you sometime, blue, like, sandal things. They're not sandals. They're not flip-flops. They're just blue shoes. I don't know. My mom bought them for me from Avon years ago. They're the ugliest thing ever. They're so comfortable. When I was pregnant with Oz, I remember being like at work and I couldn't wait to get home to get those shoes on. I can't wear those around the house without some kind of socks or ointment on my feet. They are so bad. Have y'all had that issue at all? I know that sometimes diabetics have issues. And actually the new ointment I bought yesterday was $10, which by the way is not helping. And now the other foot is cracking because the one foot, my left foot, has been the worst. It said that it was safe for diabetics, and I know my husband's dad is diabetic, and we used to put this care package for him at the end of the year, and that was one of the things we always got, some like lotion just for his feet and stuff. And I know that if you're diabetic and you have cracking feet, it can be a big ordeal because it can turn into an infection really, really quick. I'm not diabetic, and I'm not gestational diabetes that I know of. And they did not test me for that last time, but they did periodically just check my blood, do my blood work, just to be on the safe side. And I don't know that she'll do that this time or not. She has not said one way or the other. I don't know. So I don't know. But as far as I know, I have no issues with that. So I just don't know. And if you guys have had cracking dry, I mean, it is painful. Like, they're bleeding. Let me know what you do and like I don't know. The new stuff I got yesterday says it's the Miracle Foot something. Well, it is. I haven't seen the miracle yet. As a matter of fact, my other foot is hurting this morning, which I've already said I know. But anyways, so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Week 19 has just flown by, and the kids finally started back to school, and we got all the other stuff figured out. You know, the mouse and the water situation, and then. So Oz has had this cough since June. I've been toying whether or not to take him to the doctor. Sometimes in the morning he coughs so hard that he makes himself throw up. But my husband has really bad allergies too. And we do use some essential oils, and anyways. Well, about 2 weeks ago, we started getting snots. And I knew then, I'm like, we're gonna have an ear infection within the next 2 weeks. Sure enough, Monday, he told me one of his ears, there was something in it, which he's done before since we've had these tubes. And the next day, that ear had goopy, draining stuff. And so I went ahead and made an appointment for the next day. And by the next morning, before we went to bed that night, the other ear was bothering him, and he was telling me it hurt. There was goopy, draining stuff coming out of that ear. And so we went to the doctor yesterday, and God bless him, the kid has a double ear infection. So I feel like every time we take 2 steps forward, which this is how 2017 has been just in general. 2 steps forward, we are constantly taking 5 steps back. And that's how I feel everything 2017 has been. My weight, this pregnancy, everything in our house. I just feel like everything's falling apart. You know, like we had that yard sale and I made a little extra money, and then, you know, here we are, the extra money's gone. We had this water bill. So I don't know. I mean, I know 'tis is life, and it is what it is. My boobs, I feel like, have gotten bigger this week. That's the other thing. I don't think I mentioned that. Like, just heavy. And I have this one, like, little dress I wear to sleep in or just around the house. And I realized last night I'm going to have to quit wearing it because it is no longer supportive at all in this area. My boobs just flop out. And Oz even asked me this morning if he was like, is that your clothes? And I'm like, no, it's Mommy's jammies. But anyways, somebody mentioned on my video from the other day, the clip of Oz. I think it was Penny. Hey, Penny. I think it was you. I hope it was you. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. That I look like I am all baby. And I will tell you guys, I still have gained like, I think 5 pounds maybe. I'm still weighing like 240, 241. I think I started at like 235, 236, somewhere in there. I was kind of bouncing in between there. You guys know that. So I've really not gained that much weight, but my middle is so thick. And I know a lot of it is carbs. Immediately when you start eating those carbs again, bloop, things blow out. And I know that. I have been really disgusted with my body this week, and that is something else that has happened. And I know that I've talked about this before, but I'm in this weird land of feeling really pregnant, feeling like I look pregnant, but realizing on the outside that people that don't know, I just look really fat. And I didn't really have that so much with Oz because I was so much smaller, and he just kind of popped. And I just looked not pregnant forever, but when I did, it just popped. But then I realized I'm be 20 weeks tomorrow, and 20 weeks is halfway there. And yesterday I watched something on Facebook, and I know this, guys. I did early intervention for 10, 11 years. Before I did early intervention, doing home visits, I worked at Early Head Start for a year. And before that, worked at childcare. So I know things about kids. I've been doing this forever. But a lot of the kids I saw with early intervention were babies that were preemie. And I know through the years, I can't tell you the number of, and I'm not getting on a political thing because I am going to mention this because I just feel like I have to, children I saw that were born at 23, 24, and 25 weeks. They weighing in just at a pound, sometimes just over a pound, and they are big and successful now and are doing really well in school and have no issues. I also have had some kids that were born that early that had a few issues, but they're doing really well and they're fully functioning and they're going to grow up and be great adults. Like, just may have a little ADHD or whatever. I'm not trying to diminish any of that. That's a very, very, very scary, very, very hard time for parents. And I know there's a lot of kids that are born at that age who don't survive. So I know it's a miracle. I just want to mention that in the state of Tennessee that you can abort those children. Yeah. I don't know what the abortion statistics are all over the world, but all over the country, because I just try to stay out of politics. But it amazes me that people really think that's not a human. And I can't tell you that. That's what I was saying about getting on a political thing. I don't care what your stance is on abortion, and I know you don't want to care about mine is either. But one, I just don't understand. It has nothing to do with morality. I just don't understand how we can look at this and say it's not a baby. But anyways, a women's choice deal, that's a whole nother issue. But to just look at that and tell me that it's not a baby, and to know that I could still at this point, this thing that's in my belly, moving around, making me pee 24/7, causing me heartburn, that I could go and have it killed immediately. That's insane. Anyways, I wasn't trying to get off on that. Sorry. But that's neither here nor there. I watched this Facebook post the other day of this baby who was born at 24 weeks. And, it's little, it's, still, but it's doing so good. And it was this post, and the family was posting a video of how tiny and little and sweet it was. And, it was still on oxygen. It has some tubes and stuff hooked up, which is a very, very scary time. And still not out of the woodwork. But when I realized that was 4 weeks away, I literally had a panic attack. Now, I am hoping and praying we cook this baby in the oven to at least 39 weeks. I'll be happy then. I would like to make it to 40. But anyways, I just thought I would mention that. I just realized how crazy it was that we are this close to having a baby. And the baby could come out and be okay. Freaked me out a little bit. Okay, guys, I'm 14 minutes in. So I will see you later. Bye.